Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well, and today I'm talking about Jean Montero, someone who's being projected in the second round of the 2022 NBA draft. But then you saw guys like Jaden Hardy that slipped to nearly 40. You saw guys like Ty Washington that fell. So it was like, yeah, Jean Montero, he wasn't really on that level, or he wasn't ranked like them, so most likely is going to go undrafted, which he did, and the New York Knicks picked him up on an Exhibit 10 contract. If you're not sure what an Exhibit 10 contract is, it's pretty much a training camp deal, a chance to really prove yourself through scrimmages, drills, just practice and all that. And his best shot of really making an NBA roster is probably going to be through Summer League, where the best young talent go at it and they want to see if he really fits in that mold, because this is someone that didn't remain playing overseas. If you didn't know, Jean Montero, he's from the Dominican Republic. He's a point guard, and he started playing overseas in 2019, but he didn't remain playing overseas. He didn't go to a big time college program like Duke, Kentucky, Wisconsin, Michigan, just whatever big time college you want to talk about when it comes to basketball. He actually decided to play for Overtime Elite, which is kind of like the G League Ignite, except lower, much lower competition. So that might have been another reason he went on to be undrafted. He wasn't being mentored by like an Amir Johnson like Kuminga was, Jalen Green was when it came to the previous drafts. And you think of like Dyson Daniels, think of those players coming out of G League Ignite, and they played up against higher competition of the G League, former NBA players and certain players that are capable of playing in the NBA, but some may not have an opportunity due to the roster, and just it might not be the best of fit, and maybe they still have to polish certain things. So that might have been a main reason he went on to be undrafted. He put up numbers, but the game wasn't as physical when it came to G League Ignite. Like, he still averaged 17.1 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, 4.7 assists per game, 3.5 steals, but you have to really take it with a grain of salt. You have to really value them as well. But when you take a look at Jean Montero, do I honestly think he's gonna ever end up playing a game for the New York Knicks when it comes to like a real game, not summer league? Maybe preseason he'll get an opportunity. No, because we know how strict Tom Thibodeau is with rookies. Eventually he does play rookies, but certain circumstances have to go on to happen. And you just take a look at a roster. You take a look at Tom Thibodeau with his shortened rotations. We may go on to get Brunson, but if we don't get Brunson, we still have Quickly. Let's say we're not able to move on from Burks. Burks, as of right now, is still on this roster. We know Tom Thibodeau likes running him at his not so natural position of the point guard position. We have Derrick Rose. We have McBride, even though he played him a lot off the ball, so he would be the odd man out. And just being an undrafted rookie, it's very hard to make an NBA team in general, but I do wish him the best of luck. I do think he has a lot of talent. So when you take a look at him when it comes to the point guard position, he's not the biggest in the world. He's between 6'2 and 6'3. Some websites are different. 175 pounds with only a 6'4 wingspan. So he is limited when it comes to his height, and he's not the best of athlete as well. We see guys that are 6'3, 6'4 that are freakish types of athletes, like a John Morant, that are also pretty thin. So maybe some NBA teams were scared to draft him due to not being the best of athletically. He is a quick first step, but he doesn't have a crazy burst, even though I think you really see his speed in transition personally, but he's not some crazy above the rim athlete, even though he can dunk. But some teams may also have the concern, how is he going to hold up physically, because he's not the strongest. He didn't play the highest of competition, so he's really going to be humble, because this is a player that's extremely cocky, and I have nothing wrong with that. I feel like the New York Knicks need an it factor type of player, but at the worst, I think he's going to end up playing in the G League, but he's going to be an exciting player to watch. And the summer league, but there was literally a clip when he made a bucket and did the Sam Cassell celebration of him playing with his nuts. So he's cocky. He just loves gaming. Like, he's a gamer out there when you watch him play the game of basketball. But you guys are probably wondering, what does he do at the point guard position? Well, this is someone that's very crafty with the ball in his hands. He's a crafty ball handler with nice hesitations. He has a creative crossover that's very effective, and he likes to utilize that crossover working into mid-range shots. And he can create on the outside, even though he was more efficient in catch and shoot situations. He is capable of shooting off the dribble, and he's very fluid when he gets that mid-range shot. I know a lot of people, or a lot of fans, some scouts maybe, some GMs don't value the mid-range shot like they used to, but it's still a very solid shot to take because it's going to be available in the big-time moments of the playoffs. And you look at the best players, I'm not comparing them to these players, but Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker in the game, they're absolutely lethal mid-range shooters. If it's fadeaways, just getting to their spots. And Jean Montero, I'm not saying he's on that level. He's a lot of polishing to do, but he knows how to get to that mid-range shot. He knows how to get to that three-point shot. He's fluid, smooth mechanics, and utilizing that crossover to work downhill. Nice dexterity. He could finish with his left and right hand. He just has a very soft touch around the rim, and you need a soft touch, especially when you're not the tallest in the world and you're not the best athletically, not an above the rim athlete. But I like his ability to get buckets. I like his handle. I like his ability to just get to the cup, score from mid-range territory, score from the outside. So he does have potential as a three-level scorer. If it's in the G League or if it's with the Knicks, it's a very slim chance to be on the regular season roster. Again, we may see him in the preseason. I would like to see him in the preseason, even if we don't end up really seeing him when it comes to the regular season, the official real thing of the 82-game season. But when you watch Jean Montero play, the most underrated aspect of his game has to be his playmaking. A lot of people are just attracted to his smooth ability to get buckets, but he has a fluid, good feel for the game. He's extremely patient on offense, and one of the main reasons I think he's a good playmaker or he has good vision out there on the basketball floor is because he's been playing overseas since 2019. So there's a certain poise to him when he's trapped. He's not panicking. He has good patience. He just has good timing. He just reads the floor extremely well. There's kind of some flair when it comes to him distributing the basketball. He just loves playing the game of basketball. He knows when to dribble penetrate, dump it off. He knows how to dribble penetrate, kick it from the outside when there's help coming, poise, kick it outside on the perimeter, open shot. So he has good vision. He always keeps his head up. He knows how to play the point guard position. When he comes up with a steal and transition, yes, he knows how to get buckets for himself, but he knows when to give it up to his teammate. There's an unselfish flair to him, but there's some cockiness, which I like about Jean Montero. There's that dog in him when you watch him play the game of basketball. So he definitely does have some good vision. He obviously went on to average 4.7 assists per game, but then you have to look at the competition he's playing. I'm not taking anything away from him. But when it comes to his defense, he reads the passing lanes extremely well because he's kind of a pest on defense when it comes to reading the passing lane. You think you have a easy entry pass, you think you have an easy cross-court pass, or you're just swinging it around the perimeter, and then he jumps the passing lane extremely well, and he's able to get buckets for his team in transition because the New York Knicks, our offense gets extremely stagnant, and we need key possessions like that where we can get easy buckets. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be playing for the New York Knicks when it comes to their official roster, but that's just something to think about if the Knicks are watching this video. No, I'm playing, but when it comes to his defense, he can't gamble too much reading the passing lanes, and it's very hard to read how his defense is going to translate over to the next level because he didn't play the best of competition, but he did play upright a lot, and he did struggle defending the pick and roll. He would lose his man, he would lose the man rolling, he didn't know when to switch at times, so there was a lot of miscommunications on the defense side of the basketball, so maybe that can be coached up by Tom Thibodeau. And he's just someone that's extremely active when it comes to rebounding the basketball. He just gives full effort out there on the floor. He's not afraid of the big moment. I really do like Jean Montero. I think he's a very talented player. Hopefully the Knicks hold on to him when it comes to the G League. I want to see what he's capable of doing in there. We'll probably win the G League championship with Miles McBride and Jean Montero out there. But from the Dominican Republic, just has a lot of passion for the game. He was projected to be drafted in the second round, but then you saw other point guards that were ranked higher falling in the draft, so he was not on pace to be drafted. But I'm excited to hear the reports of how he does in training camp and what he does in the summer league. I may potentially be streaming those games, but let me know down below your thoughts on Jean Montero. Only 19 years old, not the best athletically, has a good quick first step though. Doesn't have a crazy physical profile. He's only around 6'2", 6'3", 175 pounds with a 6'4" to 6'5" wingspan. And yeah, let me know down below your thoughts. I really appreciate your support. You guys are truly amazing. And peace out, y'all.